15 in a row against ranked opponents, and now they come here on the road and try to keep this Maples crowd quiet. The opening tip is controlled by Stanford, and we are underway in Palo Alto. It is a freshman point guard for Stanford, Talana Lopolo. Haley Jump, an elite shooter, and shows it right away. Zia Cook has been the leading scorer for South Carolina in their first 3 games. Boston, good job by Iriafen defensively. And here's Cameron Brink with a step on the field.
But she is the player they are willing to leave when they need to help inside.
Jones, beautiful take for her first 2.
What a beautiful finish by Haley Jones. She is really good off the drive, but see her come in, she's got a player.
Great defensive hands and can steal the basketball, but how does she play in this atmosphere? And then for Stanford, as you see Haley Jones put it in.
That position is so important, so valuable to take care of the basketball.
Letitia Amie here into the game for South Carolina. Gamecocks turned it over.
That was a great set coming out of the timeout for Stanford last possession. So important, so valuable to take care of the basketball.
Letitia Amie here into the game for South Carolina. Gamecocks turned it over.
That was a great set coming out of the timeout for Stanford last possession.
Brink for 3.
Versatility in this first quarter.
Put Stanford in front by 6 here in the first. Bree Beal for 3. This is the difference maker for South Carolina. Jones calls for the cut. Beautiful feed by Haley Jones. The finish on the foul by Brink.
You do is 6'7", defending you. You pull her out to the perimeter. The previous possession we saw Brink hit the 3-point shot.
Raven Johnson tries a deep 3. Aliyah Boston back into the game for South Carolina. Again, one and done for South Carolina. And again to the basket. An easy take for 2 for Lopolo. More than hanging, and they've limited second chance opportunities for South Carolina. Tough pass for Brink to get to, knocked away by Saxton.
Yeah, Practice got to throw that up much higher.
A beat here. Defending Watkins at the free throw line right now. Saxton tries to go to work on Jones. Hit a school record 13 blocks in the game against South Carolina last year. Remember in that game, Stanford built up a big lead. They were up by 18. South Carolina came back at home to get the victory. Jones, good job by Beal, but then there's Betts.
Been able to make those good plays and then come down and convert the other way.
Takes it away from Hall. Lopolo, Brink, the extra pass to Betts for 2. Jones with the fake to get free for 2. Fagan with the putback. And the bench has been good for the Gamecocks. They've got 10 of their 19 points, countered by Stanford on the other end.
Amie here has been really, really good, especially on the defensive end of the floor.
And checking in for South Carolina, Olivia Thompson. 9-0 run for South Carolina.
Punishing. South Carolina is punishing on the offensive glass.
Iriafen with the answer and 1.
Pulling down on the other end. Sophomore Iriafen so improved from.
That was on Fagan. Second chance here off the miss, and Hannah Jump for 3. Another player South Carolina would love to get going is this player. Zia Cook was 0 for 4 from the field, and it's Fletcher again. There's Brink. She's got 2 personal fouls. She'll try to shoot over Boston and knock down the 3. By 10. The Star Watch has been on tonight. Jones, defended by Beal. Lopolo will launch a deep 3 and make it, the freshman. Cook still looking for her first points. Jones goes with a long bounce. Beautiful pass, the finish by Hannah Jump.
One is a terrific facilitator, especially in the open floor. Delivers the dime perfectly. Defenders both sides get it where only Jump can handle and finish. Wow, Haley Jones is so good passing.
Ashton Prechtel defending Boston.
And Saxton and Brink, man, last possession too, battling inside.
Ooh. Great finish.
Then a little tiny, let's see. Oh yeah, she got it. She certainly got it. And great.
It's a +8 on one end and a +7 on the other end when it comes to turnovers for South Carolina. Prechtel will try the three and make it. The three-point shot is there for Prechtel. Cardozo with the rebound.
She wasn't her friend on that possession, Eric.
Well, in name only. Prechtel with the block. Jones tries to spin it in, and she does for two. And she deliver in the fourth. Haley Jones delivering non-stop. Iriafen kept it alive, but only for the moment. And here comes Raven Johnson. Johnson got it to Cardozo, and a foul is called on Ami here. Iriafen, good up and under move. 4-2. Well, the door, you can just feel it swinging open here, but then a turnover. Lipolo has it knocked away by Beal from behind. 3 on none the other way for Cook. Numbers the other way for Stanford. Jones against Boston, who comes up with a defensive play and a foul called on Haley Jones. Out of the timeout called by South Carolina. To Cook, Prechtel spikes it down, tiptoes on the baseline and keeps it in play. Can Lipolo find her? She's looking, she finds her, Brink rewards her, and one! For the moment, and here's that finish.
You don't get it the first time, sometimes players...
Now to Cook.
You need to go though, you need to go.
Bree Beal will try a three, and make it! Big three by Bree Beal, and a timeout called right away by Dawn Staley.
You can advance, you cannot advance on your opponent's timeout. Huge shot.
South Carolina's out of timeout, so they have to get it in. They find Boston. Defended by Prechtel. Backs her in. Spins. The double comes from Brink. Knocked out of bounds with 6 seconds to go.
Expected, and then she went to work. But how about Prechtel and Brink? They have given Boston trouble.
Cardozo just checked into the game. That's where they look. They find Boston. Boston, an open look. Gets it to go! 2.1 to go. Tie game here at Stanford.
And then here smiles as she hits a really tough shot over 2 long defenders.
Looks for the lob to Brink, batted away, and we will go to overtime here at Stanford.
Guard for South Carolina, the one tasked with running the point here in the overtime.
That inside to Brink for 2.
Better pass.
Bree Hall for 3. Clutch shot from Bree Hall.
You can't stop Boston there.
Lipolo gets help from Prechtel. They find Jones. Bree Beal shadowing her. Getting the stop on defense. Great defense by Bree Beal. Back into the hands of Boston. Prechtel and Jones, double Boston. Bree Hall delivers the 3 for #1 South Carolina.
Threes that South Carolina desperately needed. First of all, a great pass by Boston out of the...
Held in check in the first half, comes through at the end. And in the end, it's a familiar story. #1 South Carolina knocks off #2 Stanford. The Gamecocks win it in overtime, 76-71.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.